and he killed so many people. And Trump's response to that was, imagine if some of the people in the club had guns. Then there would have been less casualties. Huh? What?
Just love it. You gotta love it. Imagine.
Welcome to Chat Too Much, episode 3, the re-record. Yes, this is a re-record because I recorded yesterday, and then what happened? Technology failed me. Yeah, technology failed me. So this is a re-record, everyone. We have Kim, Tianna, you all know, Kelvin, and Jake, a long-time virtual friend. I think over 5 years now, isn't it?
About 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, over 5 years. That's crazy. Supposed to have Chantal here, but she couldn't make it because she's on another Zoom call. So I'm just gonna get straight into it, and I'm gonna still start off with the first question that we had before, which was: did anyone go to church when they were young?
Yeah.
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 Not committed, yeah.
Not committed, yeah. We know Kelvin's a Seventh-day Adventist young churchgoer. Yeah.
Yeah. Been living in Guyana and Montserrat, being forced to like go to church every Saturday, waking up at like 7 a.m, like out of bed. Like the thing is, like it's weird how they did it as well. Like so they would like open the door, they'd wake you up and then just say church and they'd walk away, and that was it. And that's how you'd know it was church day.
So black.
Yeah.
Church boy. That's it, and then just leave.
That was it. It would come to like 9, 10 o'clock, the bus shows up outside and it's go time. That was it. Like that was every Saturday for my entire childhood.
The church bus, yeah, that used to be the base. Because even when I didn't tell my friends that I went church, yeah, on a Sunday they'll be outside playing football and everything, and the church van would just turn up, and then who steps out? So you couldn't even hide it. I was just like, yeah. And then the thing is, I had them black shiny shoes as well. So when I step out here and they're like, look at his church shoes. Like they'll just shut. Oi, nah, yeah. Church vans. I remember church vans couldn't hide anything. Nah.
It's like a recruitment, man.
Kim, I remember you said you went church when you were younger as well. Was your family? Were they all churchgoers?
Very much so. My nan was like the main one. And then, so my nan raised me, and then my mom used to live like on the different side of the island because I grew up in Montserrat. And so every Sunday I used to have to go over to my nan's and go to church. Rain, shine, whatever the situation is, I'm there. So I had no excuse whatsoever. But yeah, I did go. And then when I turned 16, 18, so I just stopped going to church altogether. And then after a while, I just went back into it. Yeah.
What brought you back?
Challenges, hardship. You know that ones that you're facing like so many challenges and disappointments, and you just don't know where to turn to, and you're like, yep. And the thing is, I had to go to church by myself. So I know the day when I went back to church, I had to pick myself because it was just me. And at the time I was like 23 or so, and I was a bit shy. So I was like, but then because the need was so strong, I took myself up on that day, woke up in the morning, took myself to the church, knew no one, but then I felt a bit uncomfortable, like that situation, like it's a bit awkward, you don't know anyone, and the church was a bit small as well.
Oh, so like, them ones you walk in and everyone was like,
who knew you were coming in? Yeah.
Doors as well to make it more.
Oh no! I went quite early, so I got a back seat. But you know, everyone knows everyone. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Do you still go to that same one now?
No, I go to Hillsong now. So I've changed. Like I moved on. Yeah. So I used to go Redeem Church, and then because I moved.
Yeah, I think some people from BCU go.
Yeah, I moved houses, and then I went to Hillsong now. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Jake, what's your experience?
I did go to church with my mum and my sister back when I was little, because the church used to be just down the road, and after a while we just didn't end up going, and I was just getting a bit older. my thoughts changed, and I sort of, in a way, stopped believing in God.
Yeah.
Because I've just seen loads of disasters around the world, and I'm just like, well, how could he let that happen? But then, about 5 years down the line, and then I just thought to myself, but to be honest, I've got so much to be thankful for. Yeah, I haven't got like the best place in the world or anything like that, but I'm thankful for everything that I have. You know, my family, friends, and just every chance that I have. So that's sort of like my outlook on life with it. You know.
Okay. How did you get introduced to church? Was it like was it a thing that just happened in your family as well? Like obviously me and Kim did, and Kelvin did. Was it something that everyone used to do traditionally anyway, or is it something that your parents started?
I'd say it's something that my mum started trying to do, because she didn't believe in God, but then when she found God and then got baptized, that's when I started to go in with her a lot more, and used to go to like the little child session groups.
Yeah, Sunday school. Yeah.
Moses and stuff like that.
How old were you back then?
I think from when I was 4 going up to 8 or 9.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. See, I didn't know that about you. I don't know why I always thought you were like Catholic, you know. So in my head, I was just like, this guy's Catholic. Okay. Did you leave? Okay, I think you guys kind of answered my next question. Was did it leave an impact on you? All right, I'm gonna go to Kim now, because as you know, Kim, I met you. I didn't know you before. I met you on YouTube through your videos, and the one that was interesting to me, and I'm sure everyone else who's watching this video will find it interesting, was you had a hair transplant, and that video just left me kind of like wanting to know more. So yeah, you can tell us a bit about that experience.
Okay, so basically when I was young, I used to like really do like bad hairstyles and stuff. So I used to like pull on my edges so badly. Then as I got older, they never caught back. And then because my hair was so thick as well, you can tell the difference. So then I looked into like doing hair transplants and stuff like that, because I was also saw like men doing it. Then I was like, there wasn't much women videos doing hair transplant. Then I came across like a few in the States. And I said, okay, let me do further research. And I found this singer called Paige Keiki. And I was like, done her like years back. Yeah. And then I worked in the clinic that she done her, the exact same clinic. And then last year I was like, yeah, enough is enough. I just tired of wearing wigs. I was just tired of like trying to hide it with like your hairstyle halfway down, halfway up. Yeah. I just had enough. So then I just like, okay, let me just spend the money, because it's cheaper to do it there in Turkey than to do it in London. So I just like took the plunge. I was a bit scared to go there, but I got someone to follow me as well, which helped me. Like, you know, like you go in, like it's not really major surgery, but obviously it's like some form of, anything can go wrong, because obviously it's your head. Yeah, so I was like, but because the need was so great, I think it outweighed for me the risk involved. Because my self-esteem was so low as well. And then when I had like, I didn't say this like last time, but when I had like a partner or whatever, they never really saw me with like my natural hair, like back in one, because I was never put it back in one. And I could tell you a story, there was one time when the mom, my ex-mom wanted to do my hair, and I was like, no, it's cool. But then she was just so adamant that she needed to do my hair. So I said, okay, cool. Okay, and I sat down. And then she done my hair, and then she looked at me like, but your ends are really thin, you know. Like, I know, that's why I didn't want you to do my hair. And then my ex was sitting right there, like, at the sofa, and I was like, and then I was like,
asking you as if you didn't know.
Everything else, I was just like, you know what? Last year I just did it, and I went for it. And then now,
yeah. You sit there, you just got baited out. It's like, what the?
And there's so many girls, I'm sure, that's like literally going through like hiding and stuff like that. It's just too much.
Because hair for girls is a pride thing. Like hair is like, that's it. That's their virtue in like most girls. Like that's the thing you're proud of as well.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah, that's deep.
Exactly.
So talk about what made you do it. Yeah, would you recommend it? Like, would you
100%.
Who would you recommend it for, and who would you not recommend it for? Like, give some 2 reasons why they should and they shouldn't. Like,
that's it. I wouldn't not recommend it to someone because everyone has like different hair patterns, different hair textures, and obviously I'm not a professional. But what I would recommend is if you really want to get it done, go and talk to the surgeon, talk to the doctor, whatever, and find out if you're like a suitable candidate. Get more information. Because I wouldn't sit here and say don't do it because obviously if it's bothering someone, I'm not gonna say don't go do it because I wouldn't
say like don't do it. It's because like obviously some people's hair, as you said, the hair texture is not strong enough for it's not gonna withstand the strain on the hair in it.
Yeah, and that's what the surgeon would explain it to them. They would test your area because when I did mine, they took a sample area when I went to Turkey. They took a sample, let me know if everything was like I was suitable or not, and then I went through the process. But I would say good because there's so many women like they're spending thousands. Like I was spending like 1,000 on hair creams just to get my edges to grow back. And I was like, you know what? To go Turkey was like £400. And I was like, if it doesn't turn out that I'm not suitable, then at least I tried. Then not know. You know, that's what I did. So I wouldn't say like don't do it. I just say find out more information about it. Because if it's bothering you, like it literally helped my self-esteem so much.
If they had have said like that your hair wasn't suitable for it, would you have just left it, or would you have like gone to a different clinic and seen if they said something different?
If they had said that, I would have probably left it, or I would probably left it for a while and then gone back to it and gone to another doctor to find out. Because I think like there's so many like what's the word I'm trying to look for? Improvement in like surgery and what people can do. Like it changes so often. So it's for me, it's just like I would probably go and research some more. And back then, as I said, it was only men doing hair transplants. There were hardly any women, especially African American women. Like, no, I've never seen like. So I was proper hyped, like, okay, I'm gonna do it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And that's partly why I filmed my journey, so that everyone can like see, okay, it's a possibility for them.
Because you said your hair grew back fuller in that area as well. They took it from.
Yeah. Because they took it from the back. So they took the donor area was at the back of my head. So I thought that it would be bald. I was prepared to be like rocking like my head up. Because to me, it's better to have the front like full than the back. No one really sees the back. The back is fine. Like no one really like crop the back.
No one sees the back. It's fine.
Exactly. But when I went there, it was fine. The woman was like, no, you'll go back. And I was like, cool. So then it went go back. And I was like, quite surprised. I was like, okay, cool. It looked like it happened. About 3 months to like see the full growth. And then I would say it was just started to grow after that, eventually, like gradually. So like now, I can't even see because it's up, it's braided up. Exactly. This is another thing. I wouldn't have been able to do this style because there would be no hair here. That's like the massive improvement. Like never. Yeah.
Explain to me again why Turkey? Because this girl flew across the world. You know, it wasn't like it was in England. Like she flew, plane, gone.
Turkey was cheap. Like I'm not even gonna front it. Turkey was cheap, or like the cheaper option to do it. And when I researched as well, like most of the doctors that they have like in the UK, they're from foreign, they're from other countries that they come in and specialize in certain fields. So in my head is like, I might as well just try and do Turkey. So yeah.
No other countries that were offering to do it?
There were Germany had like their own like thing they specialize. But because I saw the video from the other girl and she went to Turkey, I didn't really like research any further besides that. I just went straight for Turkey. And because it was like, because when I booked the flight, it was £400. But if I hadn't booked it in a rush, I would have gotten it for like £200. Because I literally booked it in April to fly out in July. Like I just wanted it done and dusted.
Because didn't they do like checkups again with you? Did you have to fly back out for that, or did you have to stay?
No. I stayed there for 3 nights. Was it 3 nights? 4 nights, I think it was. Yeah, I remember now. But it was like 4 nights, and then it was over the weekend. So they did it on the Saturday, and then I flew out, I think, on the Monday or the Tuesday. But they did the surgery, like the post-op checkups on the day I flew out, which I regret because it didn't give me enough time to prepare. Because I was going on to I was leaving the clinic and my hair was wet. They had to wash the area and the scalp area. So I was looking like a wet, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was looking like a wet chimpanzee. Like I was just, I was not happy because they didn't have my hair for me. And my hair was so bushy because my afro texture is very like bushy but light. So it's just, yeah, I wasn't happy. So when in my video, I recommend that people try and go extra days and get their post-op checkup like the day before they travel out.
Yeah, watch the video, people. Like, you will laugh and you will be amazed at the same time because I was laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a traumatic experience, you know, but yeah, I was just like, you know what? I'm happy with the end result. Like 100%.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, this sort of thing exists, like, for real.
But you look back with joy, though.
Pardon?
You look back on it with joy.
I do. It's like the best thing I've done in my life. Well, the second or third or fifth best thing, because I've done multiple best things. But it's one of the
question then. Like, what's the best thing you've ever done in your life? That's a very good question. I'm gonna throw that out to everyone as well.
What's the best thing I've ever done in my life? Okay, I branched out by myself. So basically, I had like a very traumatic relationship, and I was going to uni and stuff like that. So I didn't have like anywhere to go, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to my sisters. I'm not going back to live because I just don't feel like they were married, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be a burden. So I just tried. So I decided to get my own place, and it was a struggle. But I think me, no, my sisters are married.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister at the time was like, I'm not married yet, but yeah. So I was like, no, and then I just battled my way through, and then it was very like topsy-turvy for me. But I think I managed to get myself in like in a better place, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That trumped the hair. That trumped the hair. Yeah.
It did. Well, I was able to regain my own self. Like I was able to know who I am as a person and not depend or not like having to think, oh, I need this person to be a better version of myself. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else, best thing you reckon you've done?
I'm gonna let someone else go because I'm like trying to think. I don't actually think I've done like a best thing. Like I've done nice things.
Yeah, remember, it's about perspective. Like the best thing you've done might not be that big to somebody else. Like for example, me, when I was younger, I was in school. Obviously, I did gymnastics and I was able to do everything. Yeah, but the one thing I couldn't do was a backflip. Like I could never bring myself to go backwards. And the day I'd done that, I tell you, I felt like I won the championship. I'm not even gonna lie. I was entering competition. I was like, I don't even need to win because I've won myself already. Like, I've done that backflip, bro. What?
I'm to a new level.
You get me? Like, so that for me was a thing. I'll never do it again.
Not even a champion.
That was it. I don't think I could. Like I can do it now. I can still do everything I could do back then, but I'm not. Backflip again. No, I'm not doing it.
Honestly, it's gonna be one of those where like I get off the call, I'm gonna be like, shit, that thing. But like I can only think of those like really like like those nice holidays that you take, for example, or those really interesting like shit that happens to you in life. But like a best thing, it's probably not going to come to mind. I'll give you like a sub out. I'll give you a sub out of the worst thing that happened to me. So like probably 3 years back, Cameron just randomly turned. So 3 years back, me, Demetrius, and a couple of other lads went on a holiday to Magaluf. Lads' holiday, and I was staying with one of our mates, Michael. So we're out. We go out drinking for one night. I don't know if we didn't lock the door or what happened, but basically we go out drinking, have a good time. I leave first and I go home. Go to the toilet, have a quick piss, straight into bed. Right.
Classic.
Yeah, like it's important. It's important. It's important. Michael comes in, yeah. Michael said the same thing. He went, come in, straight to the toilet, quick piss, and he's up into bed. So next morning, I wake up first, and I go into the toilet, and gross as hell, in the bidet, there's a massive shit. I remember you can't flush a bidet. And I'm like, I didn't do it. It wasn't like, I came in and I took a piss, and I locked the door and I came in as well. I'm like, Mike, did you shit in the bidet? Were you that drunk? And he's like, no, I came in, I took a piss. I went to bed, and they were like,
Wow.
nah, it's got to be one of us, because it can't be a stranger, like. And I'm like, I locked the door, like.
That would
we have a massive, like, argument. Basically, yeah. End of the story. I don't take out the shit at the bidet. I'll move on from that. But that was like the weirdest thing that happened to me. Like,
Nice.
Michael took out the shit at the bidet. It was massive. It was gross. It was like.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Anybody else?
I do not have a story like that.
Oh, it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah, anything.
If the house is here, it's gonna be like that.
Some weird ones when you go on holiday, man.
Okay. When was the last time you cried, and what was it for?
Oh.
Properly cry.
Before a movie, a film.
Okay. What film was it?
Yeah, that's much easier.
Hey, don't say what's easier. I said the last time. Keyword, last time.
What film did I cry for? I don't know.
Yeah, that's right, because I don't really cry, so I would really struggle to think. But if it's like at a TV show or like a film or something, then I can easily cry. Yeah, literally.
I swear you've told me one before, and it was really weird. You better share it. So I'm pretty sure you told me one before.
Who, me?
Yeah, like I remember you saying something, and I was like, "Really, you cried at that?" Like it was.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it was.
I feel like it might have been like a horror film or something, but it was at like something really cheesy, like in a horror film.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was loud music. Yeah, you cried at loud music. That was it.
Okay, wait, let me add some context to this. The thing is, right, so as I just said, I don't really like cry very often, like ever, but I have really sensitive ears when I've just woken up or if I'm tired. So like, and I remember what I think you're talking about isn't actually loud music. I think you're thinking of an alarm. Is that what you're thinking of? Oh, okay. Well, my grandparents' alarm had gone off in the middle of the night, and it just terrified the shit out of me. It was just so loud, and I just like came out of my room, just stood in the hallway, and just cried. And my granddad had to like go downstairs. He was like, "It's fine, nobody's broken in. I'm just gonna turn off the alarm." And I was like, "I'm not crying because I thought somebody came in. I'm crying because it's so loud." And I understand that this story sounds like I'm telling it from when I was like 8 years old, but no, it was like a few years ago. Yeah. So yeah, to be fair, that was probably the last time I like fully cried. Yeah.
So Kate, you were saying movie as well?
Yeah, but random movies, like there's no particular movie that I would cry for. It's like even if it's like Nigerian films and there's like soppy bits, like the son helped out the dad or some stupid like line or something like that, I would tear up. Like but it wouldn't be like full on crying. It would just be like, oh, that's so sweet, and then I feel a bit emotional, like mush, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the last time I cried was I was walking and the shock. I think it was just a shock mostly, and just an expectation of like I hit my foot, my little toe off the sofa, like foot, and it was metal, and yeah, grown man cried. Like it was that painful. I was just so angry, but you can't beat up a couch, can you? So the only thing left to do was just to go to tears. Just my little toe was just nah. Yeah, it was emotional. Yeah, wanted to hit someone, but you can't. I mean, the sofa win. Yeah. Jake?
I'd say the last time I get a tear would be when I've walked out on a cold morning, and for some odd reason I just tear up in one eye.
That doesn't count. That does not count.
Me properly crying, like a proper boy, would be when I was little and my mum had to go to hospital.
Okay.
Because she slipped and cracked the back of her head on ice.
Yeah, that's a cry. That right there, that's a
yeah.
I'll let you have that one.
Release of emotion right there.
Yeah, that's the last properly something though.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote this down as well today because I can't remember where I saw it, but I think it was on the news. Did anyone see this guy that was trademarking Black Lives Matter and was it I Can't Breathe? He was trying to trademark it.
Like the piss.
Nah.
For real? But I saw it. I thought the same thing. I think it was on Facebook actually. I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it on social media.
You saw it, innit, Tianna?
Yeah.
This white guy. He's not even anything to do with like the movement. What was it doing? He works in a laundrette or dry cleaners or something. Just a random guy. Just a random white guy.
It sounds like he's just doing it for the clout, to be honest.
Yeah.
Someone was saying that, like, he's definitely in it to make some profit off it. He owns a drug for goodness sake. And
just want to get his name out there.
Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna trademark it because it needs to be trademarked. Black Lives Matter. I was just like, go away, man.
Just don't give him the crap.
But even if like a black person tried to trademark it, I don't think it doesn't need to be trademarked. That's not the point at all. Like, I understand people wanting to, like put them on shirts and, sell things for it. But like for somebody to have the whole ownership of it, like, no.
Yeah, I can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. I was just like, he wants to like put it on t-shirts and that, like, so no one else can do that sort of thing. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But if you're
the right reasons.
If you're going to do that though, you should put the proceeds to a charity or something like that. So it's not.
I think he was saying that. He was saying like he's gonna try and run it for a charity, but I don't. Come on, man. It was just because he was in his face. That's why he was saying that. The camera's on him, and he has to justify a reason why he's doing it.
Do you guys remember though? I think it was Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner was selling merch with Tupac lyrics on it, and Tupac's family were like, "This is trademarked, and you cannot sell it." And so she tried to trademark it herself, and like his whole family were like, "No." I think that's the story. I might be slightly wrong on that, but it was something similar to that. Yeah.
No, that's a big.
I remember she was trying to do his lyrics and like not pictures of him, but like pictures of his album, I think it was, and like trying to sell them all without any like trademark.
Yeah.
So where would the proceeds go? They wouldn't, if it's not.
Nowhere in my pocket.
Right to the bank account now.
Where do you think they're going?
First female billionaire for a reason.
So I was just thinking now, like, would he actually go to her? But yeah, okay. Oh, another one that shocked me on the headlines. SpongeBob's gay.
What?
So
Yeah, SpongeBob is officially gay.
So, yeah.
This is like when bloody J.K. Rowling came out, and she was like, oh yeah, freaking yeah, Dumbledore's gay. Like, just by the way, doesn't really have any relevance to the story.
J.K. Rowling is the biggest clown in the entire world. Oh
It's
my
just like,
god! Like years after as well. Like every week, it seems like she'll randomly say something new. Like 2 years after it, she'll be like, "Yeah, Dumbledore's gay." In like, didn't she say something about Hermione as well? I don't know, but like she's just so.
It's like stuff that isn't at all relevant or doesn't like have any value, and it's just like, oh, by the way. And then she shared a bunch of other things about the story that weren't relevant as well.
Yeah, Dobby's married and has 3 kids. It's like, what?
One thing that she used to do would be like on Twitter about 2 years ago, she would always reference something in the world that's going on and then say something about her books and stuff like that, trying to reference it. And I was like, why? That's life. The two.
But no, that whole, like, what was the point in saying, like SpongeBob's gay? Like, I mean, power to him if he is, and if he came out, but...
I think it was because, obviously, it was Pride Week. Well, I think
it's Pride Month, boy.
Oh, okay, Pride Month, sorry.
Watch it.
Because no one was expecting it, like, SpongeBob. That was just so random. I saw it, I was like, nah, what kind of foolishness?
Yeah, I can't remember the official content.
Like, yeah, I ruined a lot of people's childhood, maybe. I don't know. It's just something.
But do people really care if SpongeBob is gay? Or...
Yeah. It's just like...
It's something that you just don't know. You just didn't expect coming. Like, it was just... Like, I didn't see that coming at all. Like, I was just shocked.
I think it's just one of these things where they're like, during Pride Month, a lot of... like businesses and stuff will purposely be like, we're allies, you should shop with us. I think it's just one of those things where, like, is it Cartoon Network that SpongeBob was on or something? They're like,
everything, bro. Like, Freeview.
But I think they're literally just like, oh yeah, we're supportive. Like, I think that's it.
Buy more merch because of it, and that's
because like there's no actual like there are no like gay undertones or anything in SpongeBob. But
so people were saying that as well. Like maybe they didn't do that because obviously it's a children's thing. I've seen some weird children's stuff to do with Disney, especially. I've seen some weird stuff, like, but I haven't really seen anything in SpongeBob. I think people were saying the fact that Squidward's always annoyed with him. Like, maybe that's why.
Yeah. I can see him being a homophobe.
Like, Squidward, Patrick, and SpongeBob, like, 3 men. It seemed maybe they were showing this all the time or whatever. And then they tried to attack, who was it? They tried to attack her, is it Sydney?
The squirrel?
Sandy.
What's her name?
Sandy.
Oh, they were saying she's a butch lesbian, weren't they? Yeah.
Like, they're gay. She must be butch. Like,
this is mad.
Exactly. Pieces just not coming together. That wasn't even there. Like, what the hell?
I thought that was just all over like people's fandoms or whatever, just fantasy over them being gay or something.
Fandoms come from a place, isn't it? Like, you know.
Like, the worst part is, like, for example, like, I understand when, like, Uncle Ben decided to change their, like, entire branding, and same with, like, Aunt Jackie. Or is it Aunt Jemima?
Aunt Jemima.
But, yeah. But when you, like, come out and you're like, by the way, SpongeBob's gay, in case you guys weren't feeling very inclusive, I'm like, didn't really change anything, but cheers for coming out of that one.
It's like, that's really good representation that you just decided.
Stupid,
it doesn't add anything to it because it's been amazing. I don't know, maybe it affects the younger generation more than it will us because they're still probably watching it and have certain, obviously, I don't know, views on it. That's probably different to me. It wouldn't bother someone like me.
But do you want to use little kids and trying to say that their sexuality is gay and whatever when they're little, though? That's the question.
I don't know if they're actually adding anything into the storylines to do with it.
Maybe they're going to, like, take out his, like, white shirt and put in a crop top. Yeah. change it up. Like, make it a little bit more inclusive. Like, change the entire outfit.
He does live in booty shorts, though.
Yeah.
Been there the whole time.
So with this whole Black Lives Matter thing, just going off that, does equality is equality the same as being separate? So do you think that if we were to be equal, we can also be separate?
You're gonna have to reword that bad boy.
Yeah, I have.
Like, the government was to say, okay, because was it in America? So say the government was to say, okay, Black people were to have their own privilege, so we'll leave them alone in a certain way. Is it still possible, do you reckon, to be equal in society?
To be honest, that sounds like just the segregation, really, like it used to be.
Yeah.
Exactly, because that's what a lot of people are fighting for now, currently in America, though, to say, oh, we want to be our own separate people. My question is, do you think then it's going to be possible to be still equal, or do we have to be counted in with everyone to be equal?
Isn't that a part of equality, that everyone together being equal?
Nah, because equality doesn't mean inclusion. So I don't have to be included in everything that you do. I just want to be seen as equal. I have my own stuff, which is as good as you, but I want you still to see me on the same level.
But I think it's
but it doesn't mean I have to be in everything that you're doing. Inclusion.
I think it's probably impossible to have equality with separation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you consider like how much sort of, I guess, like think about the richest person in the world, like Jeff Bezos, like a white man. Like if you think about how much is owned by white people, to like have equality, you have to sort of work with them. Like you have to work with sort of your better half almost to say, to sort of get to that level with them. I think if we were to be separate, it would be essentially a bunch of poor people trying to get rich. As like a bunch of rich people are already rich. Yeah, like what's the point? You'd have to literally be working with the rich, like, to get to an equal level almost. Or it would take you a very long time. It's like saying, like, almost like, I don't know, like Jamaica would ever be as rich as England. Like, it would take them years, unless they were all, like, working together. Like, England was sharing their wealth almost, like, sharing their knowledge, sharing their resources.
You'd have to be included. You'd have to have inclusion then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, that's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think what they're asking for right now is going to be a possibility, because it's like saying as Jamaica is like a third world country, you're not going to be ever going to be seen equal with a first world country.
It would take you forever.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to, because I was listening to someone talk about it, and I was like, you guys, I don't think that's going to work. You're never going to be.
But also just like,
well, that would be down to the country then, because everyone has their human rights and everyone obeys by the laws given from each country. But for everyone to be truly equal in regards to laws, then all the laws would have to be the same in every single country, wouldn't it?
No, I mean, like,
well, defund the police.
Seen as an equal, sorry, not actual equal, but seen as an equal.
Oh yeah, everyone should be seen as equal,
Yeah.
No one would be better than anyone else.
But that necessarily, like, from what you were saying, like separate. If there was like segregation stuff, even though we might see each other as equal, that doesn't actually mean that them from their separate side would see you as equal. Like, even if we had like our own law enforcement and stuff like that, we could be equal to each other, but that still wouldn't necessarily put us on par with them.
We as black people are seen as each other as equal, but they want the system to see them as equal as also, or obviously everyone has to see them as equal as also, but they're not trying to be included, basically. So it's just,
I don't think segregation is ever the answer.
Yeah, how are you gonna have equalness without having inclusion, without being included? Yeah, so it's gonna be, I want to see how that one's gonna play out. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting.
It's a crazy concept.
And also the black women are also fighting their own kind as well, because they're saying, oh, I don't think that we're being recognized also, because a lot of the tweets that go around is to do with Black Lives Matter, but it's mostly men. So for example, they're saying, oh, how come you guys want to uproar and turn the whole world over when a man gets killed? What about the woman that had her house broken into by police while she was sleeping, and all that sort of thing? It's crazy what's going on.
Yeah.
Aren't those officers like being charged now though?
I think the officers lost their job. They got fired. Actually, no, they did get a sentence. I think they got 20 years.
Oh no,
not for Breonna Taylor.
I thought like, because like everyone brought it like more into the light, didn't they? And I thought they got a sentence because of, and I thought there was like a reform as well where they introduced a new law where you can't use forcible entry.
They brought in the law, but they haven't prosecuted the people yet. The last time I saw, which was like a couple of days ago, so I don't know if this changed now.
They brought in a law to say you can't go into someone's house, but at the same time they decided, well, we're not going to charge them. We're going to bring out the law to acknowledge something happened, but we're not going to charge them. Like, it's mad. It's crazy. Like, America, bro. It's crazy. Because what they were saying was, if they did try to charge them, they'd have been like, wow, there was no law in place. So that's how they'd get away.
But I mean, it's also still a crime to just brutally murder an innocent woman. Could you maybe charge her for that? Just possibly.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of, it just sort of alerts like America's like gun control like problem of the fact that someone fired a gun and then there's someone shot back. Like, imagine if there was just no guns there in the first place.
Well, this was one of the things that Trump had said, because a few years ago there was a mass shooting at this gay nightclub in LA, and it was just one guy who went in and he killed so many people. And Trump's response to that was, imagine if some of the people in the club had guns. Then there would have been less casualties. I was like, huh? What?
Just love it. You gotta love it. Imagine more people had guns and more people were firing into a crowd of people.
Yeah, that's the answer. You're still right. Oh God.
It's a bit iffy in regards to that, because you're not going to take a gun when you go into a club, are you?
I mean,
no, normal people wouldn't.
Like,
I mean, if you're a responsible gun owner, you might.
Ways to deal with it.
You gotta put it in a bag.
But like, they even have like security guards and like police officers at American schools and stuff, and like have to check them before they walk in, which is just absolutely nuts. Yeah. Like, why are you all that aggressive?
No.
But in regards to everyone having guns, the least amount of crime that happens are in states where you have open carry. So it's really a debate, because in the states where you can't walk around with a gun, a load of big gun crimes happen. But then in the states where you are allowed to carry a gun, I think it's less because, if I want to shoot him, well, someone else is probably going to shoot. Yeah,
but that's because if you think about it, if you know that other states are like freely allowing it, then it's this type of thing where you want what you can't have. It's like, look at the like things with drug use. Like, here compared to places like Holland, where they're much more open about drug use and stuff. There are much less fatalities there than there are here because it's something that's illegal. You want what you can't have, and the stuff isn't regulated. Yeah. Whereas if they were just, no guns allowed, then there are still going to be less cases.
Mom tells you don't go in the cookie jar, but you're still young and you're like, I'm going to go in the cookie jar. You're that.
Like, I wasn't thinking about it before, but now you told me not to. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, that's good.
It's good that, like, I'm going to let you wrap up. I'm going to let you wrap up.
Wrap up there, guys. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
That's been episode 3, I think. 3, yeah, the re-record. I'm going to hashtag that as well.
Is it 3 or 4?
Is it 3?
Is it 3 or 4?
I don't even know. It feels like 4. It's 3 though. It is 3.
It's because you split up the
Because I
episode.
feel like there's 3 of them on your channel.
Oh, there's a part 2.
No, it's because there was a part 2 to the first one. But that was just us messing about playing Pictionary.
Oh, yeah. That was fun, yeah.
I'm not going to revisit because these guys were arguing about their points. So I was like, I'm not doing it again.
It was an emotional time.
Who did win?
I think
Demetrius, I think.
Demetrius won after Kelvin tries to take the piss with him and say, "Oh, you're on rock bottom. You're on 0. You're sitting comfortably on 0." This guy got like 3 questions in a row. Like, right? I was like, okay, that's
Undertaker.
He's a proper Undertaker. See what you done. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave Kim's details in the description below in case you wanna give her a follow. And watch her videos. They are entertaining. But that's all from me. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching.